All this YouTube. Happy now. All this now is a gift of being a present. Fresh say signing back in here, putting out my perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. Okay? Tuning into the mind of an alginate moon. And, it is currently Horus transiting that second, third, about to enter that fourth house. Okay, Horus transiting that third house, about to enter that fourth house. Okay, and I'm going to be doing the series on Saturn now. Okay, so we just done Jupiter from Aries. We went from Aries all the way through Pisces with the Jupiter. And now we're going to move on to the next planet. What's going to be the next planet? The next planet is going to be Saturn. Yay. And what we're going to do is going to be going through all of them again. Except we're going to be starting with Aries this time, okay? Aries, Saturn and Aries, okay? So this is going to be my video on Saturn and Aries, the first sign. Okay, so first of all, looking at this, what is Saturn? What is Saturn? Okay, what's the planet Saturn dealing with in astrology? It's dealing with boundaries, limitations. Yeah, how you go about, overcoming obstacles in your life. Okay, anything that has to do with obstacles, detachment, time, okay, reality based. It's more bent on reality, and it's an earthy sign, okay? So, the energy around Saturn, depending on the astrologer, they'll say it has this this karma type vibe, but it really depends on the Saturn return. They say you usually have those at around 33-ish, but, Saturn return, I'm not gonna talk about that in this video, but, this is, we're just doing Saturn placements. But this is gonna be Saturn in Aries, okay? So Saturn in Aries, this is a more challenging placement, looking at it, because this is, it's almost like Mars. This is a Mars placement, and Mars and Saturn do not, sort of like clash. If you looking at the traits of Saturn, where Saturn wants, would be exalted in Libra, which would be the opposite of Aries. See right here? That would be the opposite, but with with it here, it's like you have to go about, initiating new ways on how to see, initiating new ways on gaining stability, in your life. Here, Saturn is a tough placement here, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, it's like this is my placement, with Saturn in Aries. It's like, let's say, having a lot of time to self, to yourself, and, creating new ways on how new visions on how you can see, on gaining some sort of stability in your life, some sort of foundation, and foundations to stand on. Okay, so this is a more tougher placement, I would say for me, with because Saturn, is a more earthy reality type based planet. As difference between Jupiter, okay? Difference between Jupiter and Saturn with these two outer planets is, Jupiter brings those experiences, right? And, you have these experiences, and, it teaches you based off of your knowledge and your wisdom, okay? That's where Jupiter brings the benefits from your knowledge and your wisdom, but Saturn, deals with it through trials and tribulations and lessons, that you have to overcome in your life. This is the difference between Saturn and Jupiter with these two outer planets, okay? So, yeah, but most definitely with Saturn in Aries, you're left to come up with how you can go about gaining stability in your life, getting some sort of foundation in your life by yourself. Most of the time you're left by yourself when you have to, when we're looking at gaining a foundation. Saturn puts you, this placement puts you, you're more geared towards the self. How can I get myself situated first before I can, look at another person, before I can, with Saturn and Aries, okay? And, it's gonna be, let's say you'd probably have lots of ups and downs. The lessons Saturn would teach here. It's ups and downs. Because Aries is that child. Aries is the first. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, right? It's depending on how you look at it. I say the first shall be last, last shall be first, which is I really don't see the difference between Pisces and Aries, simply because one starts it, the zodiac will, and the other one ends it, but you can't have one without the other. You see what I'm trying to say? So yes, the Aries has that childish trait simply because it's the first, and it's experiencing, fire kick starts it off, so yes, you're gonna have, like, let's say, challenges when in your life, and Saturn will bring these challenges, and obstacles in your life on how you can go about gaining some sort of stability in your life. And stability, and when we say stability and some foundation to stand on, and that's just based on the individual, and because, like, here we're looking at it from an individual standpoint. Whatever, however, with this placement, with your Aries and Saturn, Aries dealing with vision, it's however you see your what makes you comfortable, let's say, stability wise. However you see you gaining what makes you situated, whatever makes you, like, situated, that's what you will be taking action, in a passionate way, based on this earthy this time-based reality, which is ruled by Saturn, you know, how you would go about gaining this stability, you know. So yeah, first is signing out. Catch you next now. Okay, this has been my first video on Saturn.